What if I told you that 2 hours a week, just 2 hours, could significantly reduce your risk of dying early? And we're not talking about marathon training or CrossFit competitions. We're talking about basic strength training that you can do at home.
Hi there, I'm Tony Lee, and this is Hot Flasher, your daily menopause podcast that serves up fresh news, research, and wellness tips. I've built a daily news pipeline to find the latest on women's health and menopause research. Allow me to introduce my co-host, Nikki, who handles the headlines. Take it away, Nikki.
Thanks, Tony. What a week, right? Let's wrap it up with some good stuff. So, I've been thinking about stress lately. Not just because it's Friday and I'm wondering if I remember to take the chicken out of the freezer, but because of some new research that really made me pause. There's this study that just came out looking at perceived stress and mental health in perimenopausal women, and it confirms something a lot of us already know, but maybe haven't fully understood. The researchers found that stress hits differently when you're in perimenopause. Not exactly breaking news, I know, but what's interesting is how they measured the role of social support and psychological distress. They tracked how stress moves through our lives during this time, how it affects our mental health, and crucially, what actually helps buffer against it. Social support emerged as this really powerful mediator. And when they say social support, they don't just mean having people around, they mean having people who get it. People who understand what you're going through. There's something about feeling understood that seems to interrupt the stress to distress pipeline in a meaningful way. What strikes me about this is how it validates something women have been saying forever. That connection matters, that having your people matters. During perimenopause especially, when your body is doing things that feel foreign and your emotions might be all over the place, having someone who can say, yeah, me too, or that sounds really hard, that's not just nice to have. According to this research, it's actually protective for your mental health. The study suggests that perceived stress doesn't just directly hammer your mental health. It works through psychological distress, and social support can interrupt that process. So if you've been feeling like you need your people more right now, trust that instinct. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. Speaking of wisdom, let's talk about something you can actually do this weekend. There's new research out of the UK that's getting a lot of attention, and honestly it should. They looked at strength training and longevity, and the findings are pretty compelling. The basic conclusion: 2 hours of strength training per week can reduce your risk of early death. Not 2 hours a day, 2 hours total. That's less time than most of us spend scrolling social media on a Sunday afternoon. The researchers followed people for years and found that those who did regular strength training had significantly lower mortality rates. We're talking about a real reduction in early death risk. And before you start picturing yourself deadlifting twice your body weight, remember, strength training doesn't have to mean a gym membership and intimidating equipment. Resistance bands, body weight exercises, even carrying groceries up the stairs if you do it consistently. The key is progressive overload, gradually challenging your muscles over time. Your muscles need to work against resistance to get stronger, and stronger muscles support everything else your body is trying to do. This matters especially for us because we start losing muscle mass in our 30s, and that loss accelerates during menopause. Strength training isn't just about looking good in sleeveless tops, though if that's a bonus for you, great. It's about maintaining your ability to move through the world independently as you age. 2 hours a week breaks down to about 30 minutes, 4 times a week, or 40 minutes, 3 times a week, however you want to slice it. The point is it's doable. It's not asking you to reorganize your entire life. And while we're talking about things that might reorganize lives, Melinda French Gates has been making some major moves in women's health funding. She's been particularly vocal about the gaps in menopause research and treatment, and she's putting serious money behind that concern. What I find encouraging about this isn't just the funding, though obviously more research dollars are desperately needed. It's that someone with her platform is saying out loud what we've all been thinking, that women's health, and specifically menopause, has been chronically underfunded and under-researched. She's talked about how women are expected to just suffer through menopause symptoms, how we're told it's natural, so we should just deal with it. Which, yes, it's natural. So is aging. So is dying. That doesn't mean we can't try to make the experience better. Her foundation is funding research into new treatments, better diagnostics, and innovative approaches to menopause care. This is the kind of investment that could change what options are available to women going through this transition. Not just the women going through it now, but the ones who will go through it 20 years from now. It's also validation that this isn't all in our heads, that the struggles are real and worth addressing seriously. When someone with resources decides something is worth investing in, it sends a signal to researchers, to pharmaceutical companies, to healthcare systems. It says this matters. And it does matter. Your experience matters. Your comfort matters. Your quality of life during this transition matters. So as you head into the weekend, maybe think about those 2 hours. Think about how you could work some strength training into your week. Think about your social support network and whether you're getting the kind of understanding connection that research shows can protect your mental health. And remember that change is happening. Research is being funded. People are paying attention. We're not just shouting into the void anymore. Thanks for spending the week with me. If you're enjoying Hot Flasher, hit subscribe on whatever platform you're using so you don't miss any episodes. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday.
That's our week. Thanks for listening to Hot Flasher. We'll be back on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone.